It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we'll see Bijan Robinson. He had a nice effort a week ago with a pair of touchdowns. It's the Texans and the Bears on Monday Night Prime Time.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Stroud. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. But not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. Stroud looking to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I loved the most, he finished each and every run.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. And Stroud now to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. A nice little juke. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Robinson with another carry. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
On the ready.
Stroud now on 2nd down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one. And let him know he'll be back the very next series.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Fields going to keep it running right. And this will be a Bears first down as he gets us up past the 30 to the 32. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. First and 10.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A give left side here for Herbert. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. He'll get 4 yards on the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. Now a 2nd and 6. As they've got it as we resume action. They go quickly here out to Moore. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Right.
Off play action. Fields rolling to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Will Anderson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's got some space here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Here's 2nd and 3. Stroud. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Back to the ground with Robinson. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. T.J. Edwards And they're to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Fairbairn is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. And they'll get this up just shy of the 30. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Fields. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Here's Fields. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. It's taken to the 26. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Houston set to take over. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Looking deep here for Mechie. And got his man complete. A huge play there for Houston. 44 yards. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Stroud to throw it. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Stroud will look to throw once more. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the outrun. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Okay, ready?
Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Ready?
Stroud now on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Fields on 1st down. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. On second down, a run with Herbert. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive. Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. This now a 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. Fields. That is caught. On the move past the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Fields. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down. Now Fields. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Stopped on the play by Jaquan Brisker. 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 12-yard line.
Now Stroud. That one complete. It's tanked down. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
1st down, Houston.
On the give, here's Robinson. Powerful running. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
And the Texans 1st down.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Again, it's Robinson. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Meanwhile, Stroud's this throw finds Smith and Jigba. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, the defender was right on him.
And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. C.J. Stroud, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. To throw is Fields. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Here's a give to Herbert. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 33-yard line.
On the option right is Fields. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he nearly got the 1st himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive's going to tell us everything we need to know about this game, because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The noise is getting deafening. Here's 3rd down and 3. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Flushed out right. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And he will get out of bounds here as well. What a play. Big yardage. They stop the clock. And they move it to the boundary of field goal range as well. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll run again here with Robinson. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Robinson will try to pick it up. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
So now Fields and the Bears down 13-10, 65 seconds remaining. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark it down at the 49.
A gain of 24 yards.
Here's Fields. Dropping this underneath with Herbert. And they can't bring him down. And he's got this down to the 35. All eyes on Fields. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And the 10-year bet knocks it through the goalpost, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
So it's the Bears who will have the first chance to win this thing as we are underway here in overtime. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the 3rd drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
Now an option play on second down. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Here's Johnny Hacker now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. First throw of overtime. Stroud. Outright to Smith-Njigba. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The catch and run good for 18 and a first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Texans first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A gain of 5. First down, Texans.
Here's Stroud. Got his man, Dell.
Stroud's pass. Complete to Tank Dell.
Second down and 3. 2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tie. Now 2nd and 3. And Stroud now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. They run the draw here with Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Stroud getting his offense to the line quickly. On the draw, Robinson. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage you game there is really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal. I get the thought process, 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way, but that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Texans are going to win the football game. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel.